Good evening, gentlemen. It's your boy Swoley, aka Fearless Leader Phil, aka Commissioner, coming at you live from his house to talk to you just before week one starts of the Best Beer Keeper League for 2021 season. I am excited for this season. It's going to be freaking awesome. Lot of great games. Don't know who's going to win. A lot of favorites out there. Hopefully somebody as a dark horse comes out. These guys come out as a dark horse to go ahead and try to win a Super Bowl this year. But it all starts tomorrow night, so I thought I'd get a video up, talk to you a little bit about week one. So, all right, let's go ahead and hit that beat to get started. Okay, gentlemen, we're back. All right. So let's take a look at what's going on for the beginning of the the Best Beer Keeper League week one. Let's look at our matchups here first. So in top to bottom order, we have Good Monster Inc. That's my team this year. Another beer that I've chosen versus COVID-19 Quarantine for week one. Looks like a pretty even matchup. Highlights of this matchup looking like gonna have Jonathan Taylor on my team. Looking pretty good week one versus Seattle. Some highlights from their team is probably Lamar Jackson versus Las Vegas, who didn't have a very good defense last year. Probably going to put up some good points prospectively. And, as far as secondary players, you got Aaron Jones going up against the Saints. Nobody really knows what the Saints have. We know they chose Winston as their quarterback, but do they really have any solid receivers going forward? I really can't tell you. I don't necessarily think that they have a lot of solid receivers out there for Winston to throw to. I think that, outside of Kamara, there's not a lot of good players on them to play this week. But, hey, I could be wrong. Sometimes people are wrong. So we'll just have to see what happens. I think the Saints could end up being a team to surprise people, or a team that ends up right where I think they are, which is sub 500 team this year for sure. All right, for the second matchup of the week, we have Columbus Street IPA playing Girly Man Run Fast, and that is, for people that don't know, that is Kevin versus Michael French. This looks like a pretty even matchup for the most part. Some highlighted players in this one for Kevin's team. He's got Dak. Big game tomorrow night for Prescott. Since he was hurt last year, he's getting back on the field for the first time in almost 10 months, I think, or something like that. Or 11 months almost. So should be interesting to see what he puts out. And then it's like a head-to-head matchup here with these two. He's got Tom Brady going. French has Tom Brady going. Quarterback straight-up matchup for the week one here. So we'll see how it turns out. I think this will be an interesting game as far as that's concerned. Yeah. And for game 3 of the week, we have King Green 18 versus Thumos, What I Aim For. On this one, it's Andrew, our previous champion from last year, versus Ben. On this matchup, a couple highlights looking like quarterbacks again. The highest highlights, we got Josh Allen versus Kyler Murray. Two top-end quarterbacks really going to go at it, put up some big points most likely. I'm more worried about Josh Allen because regardless of anything else, Pittsburgh's defense is usually pretty legit. I know Pittsburgh's supposed to be down this year, but we'll see. I mean, Buffalo's got them at home, so I mean Pittsburgh's not very far away, so it's not like it's a huge advantage for one team or another, other than the home field. But the thing that really worries me about Buffalo is everybody's bought into Buffalo. They had 1 year of success. They were very successful last year. They were good, but their defense last year was pretty atrocious for a Buffalo defense. So I'm kind of worried if they don't put up points that they won't do well this year. And I don't know. I really don't know what to expect for them long term, but we'll see. So that's that game for the week. So should be interesting to see where that goes. All right, and then we got Jacob with Hyde and Zeke versus Dog Pound Todd. Okay, highlights from this game pregame. Looks like quarterbacks again going to be the highest point scorers on this one. We got Herbert versus Mahomes. Obviously, Mahomie. He's doing his thing. He's gonna play the Browns this week, but he gets him at home, so I think he's gonna have a good game. And then Herbert is playing at the Skins, which is not. I mean, Skins got a good defense. Say what you want about their offense, but their defense is legit. So, yeah, of those two, I'd look at Mahomes to have the better week, but we'll see. I know we got a lot of Browns fans out there. So with the Browns looking like they might be pretty legit, maybe it won't be so bad. So maybe their defense will be a little bit improved and get a lot of pressure on Mahomes. All right. And then the final game of the week, game 5 of the week, we got Turned Down for Watt versus D Side Piece. And that's Joe versus Ryan Brooks, a.k.a. Brooksy. Anyhow, in this game, the top matchups on this one look to be, I guess it's quarterbacks again. Yeah. We got Russell Wilson on one side, and then we got Joe Burrow on the other. Now, Russell Wilson, no surprise there. I mean, he's a guy who has been around the league for a while now. He consistently moves in the pocket, puts up points. Nothing ever shabby about him. So I look to see Wilson have a pretty good outpouring of points. Joe Burrow is a wild card. With him, he could go off. He really could. He could put up 35 points his first game. Or he could have a pretty meager showing and put up 10 and maybe a pick if he's playing scared. I don't know how he's going to play. It'll be very interesting to see how this all goes from here. But yeah, that should be a good matchup as well. So that's week 1. As far as our weekly challenge, week 1 weekly challenge. This is the classic week. So, boys, highest score, that's the one we're going with. That's going to win the $15 for this week. So, best of luck. Hopefully, your team scores well. Hopefully, everybody breaks out and has a really good start to the week. Now, on to my favorite part and probably the most time-consuming part of the week is Pick'em and thoughts. So I am this season going to pick every single NFL game, point spreads, and see what happens. Previously, in previous years, I've tried to pick like 1, 2, 3, whatever. I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's pick them all, see how well I do this year, and maybe next year, we'll throw a couple real bets in if Ohio ever passes some laws to be able to do something different. Maybe. But anyways, we're going to play it for fun this year and see how the total record ends up. All right, week 1, Thursday night, tomorrow. We got the Cowboys, them boys, going to the Bucks. Line as of yesterday was 8. I heard today it was 8.5, but we'll go with yesterday's line. It's really hard to go against the Buccaneers after the way they ended last year, but last year was a long freaking time ago. And Dak didn't play for 11 months, and the Cowboys are the Cowboys. I can see them being within a touchdown. I really can. I can see a blowout, but up until the playoffs last year, unless it was a really bad team, the Buccaneers weren't blowing anybody out, home or away. So, they were winning games on the last drive, stuff like that, like last quarter. I can see this going either way. I really can, especially with it being at home and the Buccaneers having weapons all over the field. But I'm going to take them boys. Give me the points. +8. All right. 1 o'clock sheet for Sunday. Oh, wait. I think we got one Saturday game. No, there's no Saturday games. I apologize. Okay. Saturday, 1 o'clock games. Bam. Steelers versus Bills. 6.5 is the line. Give me them Bills at home. I'll take 6.5. I think the Bills are going to probably win by 10. But I'll take 6.5 on that one. Jets at Panthers. Well, line's 5 on this one, plus or minus. So, Jets in the past few years, they've been pretty atrocious. But they got this new quarterback, and I don't believe in him yet. However, the Panthers are like the old Jets. So, it's like the Jets versus the Jets. New quarterback, old quarterback. I'm going to hammer the home team. I'm taking the Panthers -5 because I don't trust old quarterback new quarterback Jets just yet. I want to trust him. I want to see him succeed. Young kid from BYU. I think he's going to be pretty good long term if he stays healthy and stays upright, but not week 1. So I'm going to take the Panthers. I'll take the old Jets quarterback and see what happens. I'm going to roll the dice on Panthers -5. Jags at Texans. Well, the Texans are going to be the epitome of what a trash can looks like this year. Their best player is legitimately going to sit the Pine Pony. Jaguars -2.5. Urban's team for the dub. All right. Cardinals at Titans. This one's a tough one. I didn't know how to take this one because the Cardinals loaded up this year. I don't know if y'all were paying attention, but they loaded up a wide receiver. They got that little rookie Rondell Moore. I like him a lot. He didn't play a lot his last couple years in college because he was injured, but that's no longer an issue. He's here to get paid. They still got Hopkins. They've got JJ Watt. They got some good defensive players this offseason. They're loading up to make a playoff run. Heck, that whole NFC West is loading up to make a playoff run. As long as everybody stays healthy, I can see 4 teams in the playoffs from the NFC West. It's the only loaded part of the NFC because the rest of the NFC pretty much sucks. I mean, seriously, you may have another sub 500 team from the NFC East going to the playoffs again. Who knows? But anyways, in this game, I'm taking the Titans -3 because they're the home team. They're pretty good too. They went out and got another wide receiver, although old. Another wide receiver with a lot of talent. Julio's pretty good, so I'll take the Titans at home. Chargers versus the Washington football team. All right, this game's played on the East Coast at Washington. I'm going to take the home team. I'll take the Washington football team with 1 point. So Washington, give me the point. Doesn't really matter the point. I still think the Washington football team is going to find a way to win this. West Coast teams traveling to the East Coast don't usually do well. They're playing early. They're not ready to get out of bed yet. They're just, a lot of times it just doesn't go well. So we'll see. But, yeah, I like Washington in this one. Eagles and Falcons. Eagles, another team that I have about zero faith in this year. I think that the Eagles are going to be a sub 500 team. I mean, I think they're going to be a sub 4 win team potentially, depending on how all this works out. I don't think I have any hope that that Hurts is going to be the answer long term, but hey, we'll see what happens. I'll still take the Falcons, the product at home, and I'll give up 3 points on that one. Seahawks at Colts. All right, now this one is more controversial, only because Seahawks are a tested product from the NFC West. Again, they're traveling to the Central. Colts, it's inside, so it probably doesn't matter for conditions or anything like that. They'll open the roof or keep it closed, whatever the situation might be. But you know what? I like my Colts. I like the 2.5 points. I don't know how good Seattle is going to be this year. They could run it up, or the Colts could figure out a way to do it. The real question is Carson Wentz actually going to play for the Colts week 1? I don't know one way or another, but I'll go ahead and ride with the Colts on 2.5. Okay, Vikings at Bengals. Bengals sucked last year, especially after Burrow got hurt. I'm going to take the Vikings -3. 49ers at Lions. Now, Lions got a new head coach. 49ers traveling to the East Coast. 49ers have a lot of talent. Probably one of the most talented teams that had a bunch of injuries last year. But it's 7.5 points. I'm going to take the Lions. I think Jared Goff might actually have a good year this year. He's got a new coach. We'll see how that goes. I feel like he's kind of a player's coach, so maybe it'll work out well for him. I'm going to roll with the home team. Browns at Chiefs. All right. This one might give me some hate, but it is what it is. Browns line is 6.5, so it's not quite a touchdown. If it was over a touchdown, I probably would have taken the Browns, but it's not. So I'm going to take the Chiefs. The Chiefs -6.5 at home over the Browns. My team, Dolphins versus Patriots. Tua versus new rookie Bish. Also from Alabama. Bunch of Alabama turds. Can't believe I got 2 starting quarterbacks in a row. All right, Tua versus Mac Jones, round 1. I like Tua. I like my boy. Let's go, Fins. I'll bash the Fins +3. All right, 4:30. We got Broncos at Giants. This one was another tough one for me. Really don't know what we're going to get. I'm going to guess Saquon's going to play. Saquon plays. I'll take Giants at home +3. Screw the Broncos. All right, next. Bears. My bad. Next, we have Bears at Rams. Bears aren't going to be very good to start out. They're playing the Red Rocket, Red Rifle. They do have Fields in the stable, but he's not going to start. I don't see how the Bears win this week 1 matchup going on to the West Coast. Rams minus 7.5. Give it to me. All right. Last game of the 425 slot. Packers at Saints. I already told you what I thought of the Saints. I don't know why this game's even remotely close other than Aaron Rodgers hasn't done any preseason. But, I mean, he was the freaking MVP last year. Hammer me the Packers minus 4.5. Easy all day. I know in the past going into the Saints stadium, it's always a problem, but not this year. Not with this team. So I'll take the Packers minus 4.5. And the Monday night game. Usually there's 2 Monday night games for week 1. Not this year. So Monday night, we got Raiders and Ravens. Ravens playing at the Raiders. So that's out in L.A. I'm going to take the Raiders plus 4.5. Why, you say? Because Derek Carr ain't going to be no bitch this year. And really, I just don't like the Ravens on the road week 1. Maybe they win, but they did lose their running back. Pretty much a running team. One-dimensional with a quarterback that's not really known as a great thrower. Probably doesn't bode well. We'll see. Maybe one of those other running backs does well and the Ravens win, but that's why I'm taking the 4.5 points. So I'll take Raiders plus 4.5. So that's all my picks for the week. I hope everybody has a great week, first week of fantasy. I'm looking forward to talking to you guys next week about some scores and what's going on. If you got any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, we'll see you on the flip side. Peace.